Alright, so got the skid plate on. Add some 5/16. I thought it was 3/8, but it's fine because my keel was actually kind of bowed right here, and the 5/16 matched up pretty good in the middle. And otherwise, just cut it out, groove this out, and welded it on. I didn't want to super weld it. I figured, if it comes off, it's like whoopee, but it shouldn't have to. So we'll give this a test today. I'm gonna take it out later. Hopefully that'll alleviate my little jet streams up there and perform all right. And so I also went ahead and put the speed sensor in. My wife went to town for bolts, but otherwise just made this bracket real quick. I wanted to get it in there and see if this speedometer was even worthwhile, but I figured, well, it can't hurt. It's just another hole in the transom. So I just kind of cut out some 3/16 the size of the sensor, and then welded on some 1/8 inch below it so it sits down in it. And then behind it there's this gap here, which was part of the original mounting. It had this hole behind it, so I figured, well, as far as the way water runs over it on the bottom, it's mounted, got this hole in the front, everything's the same as the factory. So, and also on the factory skid plate, it is on the side angle bent, of the skid plate. So, I just welded it in on this side, top and bottom, because I could get a good bead in on there, and then across here on the back, just in case I wanted to just cut it off and have it clean later on and get rid of it. I looked into the GPS units, and on a jet boat or aluminum boat, you have to mount it. They recommend you mount them up in the front of the jet ski, close to the lid or whatever, to get the GPS signal. So on this boat, my guess is you'd have to have it exposed. It'd have to be outside somewhere, mounted on your dash, something to that effect. And I just don't really care that much. So I thought, well, got the original one, let's throw it on and see what it produces. But so anyway, skid plate, speedometer cable. I just brought it through the hole there. It's right down in there. Wired it up. Heat shrink the wires. Heat shrink terminals and heat shrink over that. Brought it back into the wiring loom. So I got this. This is a steering sensor. I basically just put blocks in there to basically space it the way it would be on the jet ski. And that's just, it's actually rubber gasket material, but I don't know. It's kind of hokey, but whatever. And then this was the front lid sensor, which I don't know. I don't get any indication on the dash that it would be open, and nothing seems to be not functioning. Like if you had the front of the jet ski lid open, that was mounted by the latch. So I'm like, well, since there doesn't seem to be any adverse effects, I'm just leaving it. And it may be that when it lifts up is when there's a problem. And I don't know, it might be reverse acting as to what you think. Like if the magnet's not there, I don't know. I assume it's magnetic sensor, so couldn't find much on that. Doesn't matter as long as there's no problem. So tuck that back in there, and that's it for today. Should be going out here after a while. Actually, I'm kind of thinking about putting some handles on the front. It'd be nice to get those welded on before we went, which I might. I'm actually thinking about, if not today, tomorrow, taking the boat up to a boat ramp just up the river here and bringing it down to the house, because we had a couple rains. It's been a week or two, but the river level did come up like 4 or 5 inches, And I know some are low. There was rapids up there that when I kayaked up to them, I could tell, you'd be scraping bottom on anything coming through there, and lots of rocks sticking out. It was like, I wouldn't want to bring it through. But with 4 more inches of water, very possible it'd be a worthy cause at this point. So I think we might take it out today, give it a good run, same spot we've been going, and my leak's gone, and everything's looking good. Might just bring it down here and leave it in for a while, as long as it doesn't sink on me out there. So I think we're supposed to get rain next week. I don't know. I can leave it in there until we get lots of rain. The river really comes up, and I'm just like, I want to take it out. And I just bust it up the river and take it out. No big deal. So anyway, that's it.